picture this. 60 million years ago, a steaming jungle river in what is now Colombia. The air is thick, the water is dark, and something enormous is moving just below the surface. Not a crocodile, not a giant fish, a snake, 42 feet long, 2,500 pounds, 1 meter wide, wider than your refrigerator. Ladies and gentlemen, meet Titanoboa, the largest snake that has ever existed on this planet. And today on Extinct Eats, we're asking the only question that matters. If we could somehow get our hands on one, what parts would actually taste good? Buckle up. This one gets wild. Titanoboa cerrejonensis, discovered in 2009 in a Colombian coal mine. 28 fossil individuals. One very big collective headache for the scientists involved. It lived during the Paleocene epoch, roughly 58 to 60 million years ago. It was semi-aquatic, a constrictor. No venom, just pure prehistoric muscle. Now here's the part most people get wrong. Everyone assumes giant snake equals tastes like chicken. That's the python people talking. Pythons eat rodents and deer. Titanoboa was different. The fossil teeth tell the story. Needle sharp, densely packed, angled perfectly to grip slippery, wriggling fish. This animal was a dedicated fish eater, a piscivore, which means the flavor profile is completely different from any modern snake. Forget chicken. Think giant freshwater fish crossed with river eel crossed with alligator tail, with a distinctly muddy, swampy, wild river undertone running through every bite. It's not subtle. It's not mild. It's 60 million years of eating prehistoric fish in a tropical swamp, and we are absolutely here for it. One more thing before we get to the menu. Because this animal spent its entire life eating freshwater fish, its parasite load is significant. Liver flukes. Tissue-invasive worms. The full prehistoric parasite buffet. No rare. No medium rare. No sashimi. No exceptions. Ever. We'll say it again in the safety section, because it bears repeating. All right, let's eat. Snake steaks. The meat wheel. Start with the prime cut. The star. The reason you're here. Here's the thing about butchering a Titanoboa. You cannot fillet it. You cannot debone it. It has over 800 individual rib bones, all curved inward into the muscle. Attempting to fillet this animal would take 6 people, 2 weeks, and an industrial saw. And you'd lose half the meat anyway. The correct move? Cut it crosswise. Thick cross-section rounds, like the world's most dramatic osso buco. Each steak has a large central vertebra, ringed by hundreds of tiny rib bone cross-sections dotting the outer edge. It looks like a meat wheel, a beautiful, prehistoric, deeply intimidating meat wheel. The mid-body sections are your prime cuts, thickest, leanest, most abundant. Best approach, bone in Dutch oven braise in wine and stock. Low, slow until the meat simply lets go of the bone, or smoke it. Low and slow. Let that muddy river flavor mellow into something magnificent. Acidic marinades, citrus wine are your best friends here. They tame the swampy notes beautifully. They do not, however, kill parasites. Cook it fully through. Every time, no exceptions. Flank. Belly meat, the softer side. Moving along the body, the belly sections give you thinner, softer cuts with a slightly richer profile. More omega-3 fat running through the meat, because fish diet. Think fatty riverfish belly, but in snake form. Quick pan fry, flat top sear, or wrap it in parchment and bake it. En papillote style. Simple, clean, surprisingly elegant. Next text. The deeper cut. The neck section sits closest to the head and works the hardest. More connective tissue. More intense muddy river flavor. Deeper umami. Think alligator neck crossed with oxtail. This is a long braise cut. Red wine. Dark stock. Bold aromatics. Thyme, juniper, bay leaf. Give it time. It rewards patience. Tiken crack lens. The shell stopper. The belly skin. Once you scrape off the keratin scales, and yes, you must, what you have underneath is a thick, collagen-dense panel of pure potential. On a 1 meter wide Titanoboa, these panels are the size of 4 tiles. Deep fry them. They puff up golden, crispy, impossibly light. Pork crackling crossed with a giant prawn cracker. Seasoned with smoked salt and paprika. This is your crowd pleaser. Your table centerpiece. Your I could not believe this is snakeskin moment. No complex technique required. Just heat, fat, and confidence. Giant eggs. The luxury item. Titanoboa was an egg layer, and at this body size, those eggs are estimated to be grapefruit to coconut sized. But here's the twist that surprises everyone: no hard shell. Like all large bowl family snakes, Titanoboa eggs have a leathery, parchment-like shell. Flexible, wrinkled, tough. You cannot crack one on the edge of a bowl. You need a knife. Score it open. Peel it back like a leather pouch. Inside, a yolk so rich, so fatty, so deeply luxurious that the only comparison is liquid creme brulee. Soft bake it. Poach it slowly, or crack that yolk into a sauce and watch it become the most extraordinary thing you've ever tasted. 60 million years of evolution. One magnificent custard bomb. Liver. Handle with absolute respect. The liver. Estimated pillow-sized, genuinely. And because this animal ate freshwater fish, not mice, not rabbits, this liver's loaded with iron, omega-3 fat, and a mineral intensity that makes beef liver taste like warm milk by comparison. Think bluefin tuna liver, with extra volume. Wearing steel-toed boots. The French figured out long ago that the way to tame a powerful liver is to blend it into pâté or mousse butter, shallots, something acidic served with bread. Small portions. Always. This is not a liver you casually snack on. Mandatory step: soak in cold milk with a squeeze of lemon first. It cuts both the bitterness and the fishy mineral edge. Trust the process. Heart. The adventurous bite. Firm. Dense. Chewy crisp when cooked right. Given the piscivore diet, think tuna heart meets alligator heart, richer and more mineral than chicken heart. Skewer it whole and grill it, or sear it fast in brown butter with capers. A classic awful technique that works beautifully here. Don't overcook it. High heat. Brief contact. Done. Blood. The alchemist's ingredient. Piscivore blood runs lighter and cleaner than red meat animal blood. Less heavy iron. More of the sea bass meets duck blood profile. Cook it into a boudin noir French black pudding, or a Spanish morcilla, or a classic British blood sausage. Always processed, always cooked, never raw. But in the right hands, extraordinary. Gallbladder, for connoisseurs only. One gallbladder from a 2,500-pound snake. The volume of bitterness contained within is difficult to overstate. Think ultra-concentrated Campari crossed with Chinese bitter melon multiplied by 10. Infuse it into aged spirits. Use it as artisanal bitters. 1 drop. That's the serving size. 1 drop. At Titanoboa scale, a single gallbladder could theoretically flavor an entire barrel of bitters. This is not a casual ingredient. This is a statement. The project cuts. The tail section, 90% tendon, 10% meat. Don't try to eat it directly. Instead, 48 hours of slow simmering. The collagen dissolves into a broth so gelatinous it sets like amber at room temperature. The greatest stock you have never made. The stomach. Walls thick enough to have survived digesting prehistoric crocodilians. Tripe style. Braise long and slow with tomato and herbs. Italian triple logic applied to prehistoric scale. Clean it first. Aggressively. Multiple rounds of salt scrubbing and vinegar. Possibly more liquid than you own. The spleen, small, iron-dense, mineral-forward. Best folded into a mixed offal braise with heart and stomach. An acquired taste, but entirely valid. The small intestine, thin-walled, mild, with genuine potential as a natural sausage casing. Stuff it with seasoned Titanoboa meat. Chitterlings, prehistoric edition. Cleaning required. Extensive cleaning. Non-negotiable cleaning. The visceral fat. Omega-3 rich, lighter than pork lard, faintly marine in character. Render it down and use it as a confit base. Slow poach your neck steaks in their own animal's fat. Low yield, goes rancid quickly. Use it fresh, or freeze it immediately. Hard pass list. 3 cuts, no debate. The large intestine. Professional-grade industrial processing required. Not a home project. Full stop. The kidneys. Filter organs from a wild piscivore in a prehistoric tropical river. Unknown toxin accumulation. Not recommended without full veterinary traceability. That, frankly, does not exist for animals 60 million years extinct. The brain. Nervous tissue safety concerns. And also, snake brains are impractically tiny for a body this size. Not worth the effort. Not worth the risk. All right. Before you fire up your hypothetical prehistoric kitchen, A word from Extinct Eats' imaginary but very earnest food safety consultant. 1. Source responsibly. Your Titanoboa supplier needs documentation. A time machine receipt is not documentation. Verify your source. Keep it cold from the moment it arrives. Cold chain is everything. 2. This is a piscivore. Take the parasite situation seriously. 60 million years of eating tropical freshwater fish means liver flukes, tissue-invasive nematodes, and parasites we probably haven't even named yet. No rare, no medium rare, no pink centers, no sashimi, no raw preparations of any kind. Cook everything, steaks, organs, eggs, fully through, completely, without compromise, and yes, that includes the eggs. Mother ate fish too. 3. Separate everything. Different boards, different knives, different trays for raw product. Do not let 60-million-year-old raw snake touch your salad. Wash your hands, then wash them again. 4. Follow local guidance. Prehistoric snake is not currently covered by most national food safety frameworks. Use your best judgment, follow your local food authority's general guidelines, and perhaps consult a time-traveling regulatory agency if one becomes available. So, Titanoboa, 42 feet, 2,500 pounds. 60 million years extinct. Flavor profile somewhere between a giant wild riverfish, a massive eel, and an alligator, with a swamp undertone that acidic marinades turn into something genuinely special. Meat wheels the size of wagon wheels. Cracklings the size of floor tiles. Custard eggs you open with a knife. A liver the size of a pillow. And a gallbladder that could single-handedly supply a cocktail bar for a decade. It's not an easy menu. But nothing that weighs 2,500 pounds was ever supposed to be easy. If you survived this episode, smash that like button. Subscribe to Extinct Eats for more culinary expeditions through time. And drop a comment below. Which cut are you ordering first? The meat wheel? The Titan cracklings? The custard egg? Or are you the gallbladder bitters person? We see you. We respect you. We have questions about you. What's extinct is on the menu. See you next time.